Welcome to the Success Fitness Podcast. I am your host, Christian Evans. This podcast is about helping you improve your relationship with diet and exercise to help you achieve success in your fitness journey. In today's show, we have our guest, Paula Esprit. She is a mother of 4 daughters and currently resides on the island of Anguilla. She began her weight loss journey October 2019 before her 40th birthday at 261 pounds. Over the next 8 months, Paula lost a total of 65 pounds. During those 8 months, she attended CrossFit classes 4 days a week without missing a single class. And Paula describes herself as a go-getter and achieves anything she sets her mind to. Success Fitness family, please welcome Miss Paula Esprit. Hello, Paula. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. Loving the accent. So in your bio that I read, you are originally born where?
Dominica.
Dominica. Okay. Okay. And how long did you live there before you moved to?
I was born, raised in Dominica, but I left Dominica 12 years ago. Yeah. So I reside in Anguilla 12 years now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what inspired you to lose weight? And you said you lost 65 pounds in total, and you kind of mentioned that, you put some back on, but that tends to happen. No biggie. Yeah. But how much did you lose? Like, what was your motivation? For those who don't know, she sent her bio, and there are some interesting details about this family member and before our 40th birthday. So let everybody know what inspired you to go on your weight loss journey.
What really inspired me to start my journey was mainly my children, because as I getting older, hitting my 40th birthday, and I didn't want to be 40 and overweight. And honestly, I got a little scared of getting older and overweight because I didn't want to get sick, and I want to be around for my goods. And in 2019, when I went on vacation to Guadeloupe, my cousin was like, "Well, are you gaining more weight?" I was like, "No." At that time, I was in denial. I said, "No, my clothes still fit. I still wear the same size. I'm good." And then I realized by she telling me that I need to do something. So then while I was in Guadeloupe, I started to look at my options in terms of getting a trainer or whether I should do classes and weigh the options. And then when I came back in August, I started to explore my options, and I decided to start doing CrossFit, which is a class for 4 to 5 days a week. And that was it. I haven't turned back since.
Awesome. So what was your nutrition like during that time?
My nutrition was a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of peas and beans, and lots of water. And I did cut out a lot of foods as well, including I cut out sugar, I cut out alcohol, flour, I cut out meat and processed foods and all of that, and I tried my best to eat as clean as possible. And it paid off. Even at work, when I would go to work and I would bring my breakfast or my lunch, my coworkers would be, "Oh, you on a diet?" I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, some of them thought like, "Okay, let me see how long you're gonna last," and so forth. But mentally, I was ready.
I got you. Now, had you gone on any diets before, and tried to do any weight loss journey prior to that?
No, I hadn't tried anything before. But knowing my body, I know what works for me, because even like after I had my second daughter and I'd gained some weight, I just tried to eat a little different, and I saw that I was losing weight. So I knew what I could eat and could not eat, and I had an idea as to what works for me. Yeah.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned you did CrossFit. Now
Yeah.
CrossFit is that's a pretty advanced style of working out. So to me, that tells me you're like, all right, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna just go full bore. So what did some of those workout routines look like? And what was it like your first day going to CrossFit? Like were you
Yeah.
nervous or like how did you even jump into
I
that?
I was nervous. Honestly, walking into the class, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And but I tell myself, Paula, you're gonna do this and you're gonna get it done. And I went in it, even if I was nervous, but at the end of my first class, I was like upset. My stomach was upset because I drank water, and right away I knew, okay, that is something I cannot drink too much water. I just have to sip on the water just to quench my thirst. And some of the exercises consist of we would do a lot of we would do weights as well as a lot of running as well. And we do let me see, like on Mondays, for instance, we would do legs on Mondays, but even if a little cardio in between. We do legs on Mondays. On Wednesdays, we would do abs. And on Fridays, it would be full body. And on Saturdays, we had like a soccer fit class, which was real intense. So I stuck to it and I was comfortable. And I tell myself, if you're going to pay that money to go to CrossFit class, you better show up and get your money's worth. So
That's
I
right.
never
That's
missed a
right.
class.
That's right. That's
Even
right.
Yeah, even when the pandemic started, we did like classes via Zoom, and I made sure I attend every class.
Okay,
But
that's very interesting. You
yeah,
were able to do CrossFit via Zoom, and like you said, during the pandemic, everything was new. Nobody kind of knew what to really do, but
yeah,
salute to your trainers and your gym for adjusting
yeah,
during that time. I know I had to make those adjustments. I wasn't too comfortable doing Zoom workouts at the time,
yeah,
but you had to adjust because everybody was at home and everybody wanted to still keep
yeah,
up with their goals. And
yeah,
if anything, what the pandemic taught us and the um, results was try to
yeah.
keep your body up, try to keep your body
Oh yeah,
moving, keep your immune system strong. Um,
yeah,
so even during that time, okay, you started your weight loss journey, you're starting CrossFit and you're getting into it. What did you learn about yourself during that time, during
oh,
that whole weight
oh
loss
God,
transformation?
yeah. I learned how mentally I could achieve the things that I set my mind to. Um, I gained a lot of confidence in myself over a period of time. It's been a process for me. I learned to be confident. I learned to love my body. I learned to love myself. And it's like right now I'm at the stage where I'm working on healing, even from past traumas that I've been through, even from way back when I was like 6 years old. I've been healing from those things. And I can better have a conversation with somebody. What I say? It have drawn me closer to God. Oh my God. Even when I started, I thought like, okay, I just gonna lose weight and all of that. But I've learned so much about myself and I've learned so much on that journey. And I don't believe I did this journey like, just because I wanted to. I believe God, you know, um, put me on this path, this journey, and honestly, it feels good. And He's teaching me to be patient and to be obedient. And it's an amazing feeling. It's very, oh my God.
Well, I attest to that because when
Yeah,
you're going through this transformation phase, your body is like the focus, and
yeah.
you don't really think like how much your mind plays into it.
Oh
And
yeah,
then you find this different type of resilience, and then you're getting more in tune to your spirituality because that is
yeah,
what drives you. Because something has to keep driving you. Like, okay, why do I keep going back to this class if
yeah,
I'm in pain every time I walk out. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But it's
I
a good
love
pain. You know,
pain.
yeah. It's a good pain. So it's like, how do
Yeah,
I fall in love with just pain? And like you said, recovering from past trauma. So, there's
yeah,
pain on both spectrums, right?
Yeah.
There's pain to recover from, and then there's pain to, okay, yes, recover, but then we're going right back to it because, hey, this is what's driving me, this is what's making me become
Yeah.
more confident, making me just feel just better overall. But that
Yes.
spiritual journey, when you become more in tune with yourself, is
Yeah.
another um, kind of like benefit that
Yeah.
happens during
Yeah.
that weight loss journey. So again, read in your bio, you said that you love to cook. So what does your current weight loss? I'm sorry. What does your current like nutrition and your workout routine
Okay.
look like right now?
Um, my current nutrition is like basically the same, almost the same thing, except that I have added flour to my diet, which is I do wheat breads or whole grain sprouted wheat. But I don't eat no white bread, none of that. So this is the only thing that I have incorporated in my diet, but everything else remains the same. And my workout routine now, I do a lot of weights now. I don't I did cardio for 2 months. Um June and July I did cardio, but I cut out the cardio class because it was a lot of pressure on my knees. So I just went back to just like continue doing the weights because at that time um it's only me. I don't have no personal trainer. So I'm comfortable. I do what works for me in terms of my needs. So I do legs and abs on Mondays. On Tuesdays, I do back and biceps. And on Wednesdays, I do chest and triceps. And on Thursdays, I do shoulders and abs. And on Friday, I do a full body workout on Fridays.
Okay,
And
okay. I like that routine. I like that. I like
yeah,
that mix up.
yeah. But legs is my favorite. I love weights and I love when I live in that gym. I'm in pain. I just love it. It just tells me that okay, you're getting there.
Yeah, I got
Getting
you. I got you. It becomes addictive. You want to go
yeah,
back. You want to go back for more.
yeah.
And you said leg day is your
That's
favorite
my
day or your
favorite.
favorite muscle group. I have a love hate
Yeah,
relationship with
yeah.
legs. I hate the first set. I did
Oh,
legs Thursday. I did legs Thursday,
okay.
and I hated it. Started it off because it just made my heart feel like it was coming out of my chest. But then by the time we got to our second exercise, I'm like, all right, I'm woke, I'm into it. And
Yeah, yeah,
then you can really get lost into it.
yeah, yeah.
You can really get lost. I'm like, okay, I like it now, but just thinking about legs, I'm like, ah. So with that being said, what is your
Mhm.
least favorite body part to work or muscle group to work on, and
Oh,
why?
my least favorite is abs. It's my least favorite, but I try to, focus on it because I don't know if it's because of how I do the exercises or whatever, but sometimes I get a sharp pain in my back. So I kind of, in terms of the abs, I do what works for me, but I always make sure I try to do some abs.
I got you.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening, she's reiterated this quote several times if you heard it. She
Mhm.
does what works for her, and that's important because we live in this visual society where people are trying to keep up with everybody, via
Mhm.
whatever social media app they're on, and everybody can't do exercises that they see somebody's doing, and yeah, okay, try it out. But just because you don't feel comfortable doing it and you can't do it to maybe how somebody else is doing
Yeah,
it, and especially if you don't have a trainer, you just like you said, you kind of going
yeah.
off your own where they can't, where as far as getting cue points and things like
Mhm.
that, um, then you know what? It's okay. You have to do what works for you. Find
Yeah,
you a routine, something that works, and then just repeat it. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Until
yeah,
you're able to explore different options, because some things
yeah.
can just be, form. Put your leg here. Adjust your body. Here.
Mhm, mhm.
Um, there's if you have five people and you tell them to do a crunch, there's going to be five different ways to do it. As far as if you're
Yeah,
on your um if you're on core day, you're doing abs, because everybody is different. You know what I mean? And some people
Oh
may
yeah.
have to have a more narrow stance, or, put their heels, more grounded into the ground. It's different, but that is very important. What you said about finding something that works for you and just
Yeah.
be happy in that.
Oh
And
yeah.
then over time, you'll learn how to explore to do something else. So with your current nutrition, and far as diet, what do you
Mhm.
like to cook? What is your favorite thing to cook? Like do you, far as for like meal prep, and even with meal
Oh.
prep, I know it's a loaded question, and I meant to ask this earlier. Do you calorie track? Do you track your calories? And even when you were on your weight loss journey, did you track your calories
I
in?
I don't, to be honest, I don't track calories. I don't meal prep. For instance, I woke up this morning and I shop health, so everything in my refrigerator is healthy stuff. So when I wake up in the morning, like for instance, this morning, I was in the mindset of, okay, what do you feel to eat? So this morning, for instance, I had spinach and cherry tomatoes with some feta cheese in there, a little feta
Mm.
cheese in there. And I had that on some crisp bread, whole grain crisp bread. So I had this for my breakfast today. And I don't meal prep, I do what works for me. And for lunch, I would do like a little lentil soup with putting some provisions in there and some carrots, season up the pot nice. If that's so good, you would swear it have meat in there. So yeah. So yeah, on a day-to-day basis, I cook whatever I really feel like eating at the time.
That's amazing. You're the first person that ever kind of mentioned about like not meal prepping. And I'm sitting there, I'm
No.
looking, I'm listening to it. And that's like the approach. Like a lot of times when I take to say like working out or
Mm-hmm.
building a workout routine, sometimes it's just like, what do I feel like, and let it
Yeah,
just comes naturally. So that's very interesting. Another
yeah.
thing that I need to get more clarity on, because I think
Mm-hmm.
you're the second person that I've heard use this. What are provisions? Like I've heard that. What is that? Is that like an island term? So can you
Yes,
please
it,
educate me?
it is an island too. Um, the foods we classify as provisions is some of our carbs, which is like we have yams, dasheen, sweet potatoes, adding some bananas in there or plantains. Yeah, so we consider these provisions.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah,
And okay, so you mentioned you put those into the soup, like you said, those
yeah,
are like your carbs.
yeah.
Okay,
I
I
might
got
not
you.
use everything like put everything in the pot on a given day. Like for instance, today I did Irish potatoes, bananas and some carrots in there and season up my pot and I good to go.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try this provision recipe. You have to
Yeah.
send me some over.
And
What are your
lentils,
favorite? Uh-huh. You say
yeah.
lentils?
And lentils, I love lentils because it's very high in proteins.
Okay, okay.
Lentils is very high in protein. So that's one area where I get my proteins. And I must mention in the morning before I eat anything, I make sure I have ginger and lemon every morning.
Okay.
Um
Can you tell us why? I'm a assume uh my own thoughts in my head, all positive. But what you mentioned right there is very important. So if you can give the listeners and the watchers your why
okay.
behind that, go ahead.
My why is lemon. Okay, let me tell you how I do it. First of all, the ginger, I would wash the ginger, cut it up, drop it in the blender, and the lemon, I would cut it up, wash it, cut it up, and blend it. I would blend the lemon with the skin because the skin of the lemon actually have in more vitamin C than the juice of the lemon. So I blend it. So I make sure
Mm-hmm.
I drink that every morning on a hungry stomach. And another thing too, the lemon is very good for weight loss, including the ginger. Ginger, it could either do you two things. It's either it could build your appetite as well as it could control your appetite. And it's very good for weight loss. I drink it especially like for my stomach. It helps bring down the tummy.
Right. It has anti-inflammatory properties. This is and very good with digestion. So that is still in line to what I was thinking, like even when you mentioned as far as ginger and lemon, and I've been meaning to go to the store to get some fresh ginger. But yeah, I usually take a ginger supplement, but just in case I don't get to the store and don't get any fresh ginger. But I love ginger. As a matter of fact, I just bought a bag of lemon, so I'm gonna try that. Your drink in the mornings. So how many ounces?
Turmeric? You could add a little turmeric to it. Depending, but sometimes like if I add turmeric to it, I'm gonna do it for like maybe 2 weeks straight. I would add turmeric to my drink. And then I would cut it off for a while. And
what does adding turmeric do for you? Or do to the drink? It
helps cleanse the liver.
Okay.
Yeah, and it helps burn fat as well. So yeah.
Now, do you have access to a lot of fresh turmeric down there, or do you like use the powder?
I use fresh turmeric I get from the supermarket, and I have friends and families in St. Lucia and in Dominica. So sometimes like I just got a big bottle of fresh ground turmeric with nothing added to it, just the fresh turmeric grounded. Yeah.
I got you. I've had one experience with turmeric years ago, and I tried to treat it as if it was ginger root and tried to juice like it, and my body didn't like that. Let's just go ahead and just say that. So please be careful. If you're not used to it. It looks just like ginger root, but it's like, oh, you know what I mean? But it has like an orange flesh, whatever you want to call it. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's the same, because when I would juice ginger, I would just by about my size of my hand, I would just love it. I would just put it in the juicer and it would just get hot and my whole chest would just be open and I would just go out for a run. It would feel fine. Yeah. But I tried to do that with turmeric and no. So what would you tell those, or give advice to those who are hesitant about starting their weight loss journey? What words of encouragement would you tell them?
Okay. To those who want to start their weight loss journey, I would encourage you to love yourself enough to want change. Love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Love yourself enough to want change, and that's deep too, because you have to love yourself first versus looking outwardly, like we mentioned before about being so visually enticed in the social media world. And it's like, okay, I want to lose weight because she's working out, or Paula looks fit, and it's like, okay, Paula's journey is something totally different, and her why and her reasoning why is going to be totally different as far as from yours. So like you said, love yourself enough to do it. So just with that being said, I appreciate you coming on this podcast. Let everybody know where they can reach you on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or whatever.
Okay, thanks for having me, I will say. And if anybody want to reach me, ask me question, want some advice, you could get me at Paula Esprit on Facebook, or Motivated Paula 32 at Gmail, or silenceis_golden on Instagram.
All right, you heard it here first from Miss Paula, and I hope you found inspiration in today's episode. This brings us to the end of another episode of the Success Fitness Podcast. Please join my Facebook group, Success Fitness Family. We post fitness motivation and workout humor videos and memes. The link is in the description box as well. I thank you for listening to the Success Fitness Podcast, and until the next episode, success fitness is the mindset, and remember, success is golden. #more weight. Peace out. Are you looking for a personal trainer that will focus on you to help achieve success in your fitness journey? If yes, please book your in-person or Zoom one-on-one personal training sessions with me, Christian Evans, at christiansweightsuccess.net.